Hey guys, wow, we're going live for the second time today. It could get crazy. So I thought I would be remiss if I didn't introduce you to some of the amazing people here in Bali who are gathering to collaborate, connect, and find out more ways to together help the ocean. I'm going to introduce, here, wait, ooh, look, you're under the trees. Look at this.
Hi, how are you?
This is tropical.
Fantastic.
Hi, this is Eric. Eric. Oh, look at this. Pardon me, guys. So, Eric, I was thinking, I have some stats here. I think we'd start with a stat. You can choose one, and we'll start with that, and then you can talk about what you're doing to help.
Start with the one. 90% of seabirds have plastic in the stomach.
90% of seabirds have plastic in their stomach?
Because they dive down at high speed and they grab something, they believe it's jellyfish or fish, and it's plastic. And some seabirds have, similar to what would have been half a kilo of plastic in your Roman stomach. It's unbelievable, and because it's life-threatening for them.
It's horrifying.
Yeah,
I actually just spent some time with an amazing photographer, Eric Jordan, who's taking pictures of birds with plastic in their stomach. It's horrifying. In fact, we're going to post some of those images in the feed here.
Please do, so people really are aware of this. It's horrifying.
It's striking. So what are you doing at UNEP? Talk about that.
We are trying to launch a campaign, UN Environment, inspiring people to do cleanups of beaches and for citizens to act, inspire businesses to change their behavior, to introduce new products, and inspire governments to regulate the plastic market so that we get a lot less plastic into the oceans or into the nature.
Right, so everybody can either reduce their personal consumption, refuse single-use plastic, or they can put some pressure on their local restaurants or companies to make those changes also.
They can do all this. You can change yourself, you can change your neighborhood or your local restaurants, and you can tell your government or your city council, please change.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to introduce some more lovely. Hi.
Hello.
So you're going to have to remind me your names. These are the two amazing girls from Bye Bye Plastic.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Bye Bye Plastic Bags.
Okay, so how can they find your organization, first and foremost?
You can head on over to our Facebook page. We are at Bye Bye Plastic Bags, or Instagram, Twitter, we're all over that. But my name is Melati, and this is my sister Isabel. Hi. We are from Bye Bye Plastic Bags, the founders of Bye Bye Plastic Bags, which is a social initiative or an NGO driven by youth, which we started when we were 10 and 12 years old to get rid of the plastic bags here on the island of Bali. Yeah, we're so excited to be here today and to share the message of really what's the place, where do youth stand in all of this? How can we be a part of the solution? And that really just stands as all of us can be the leaders and examples of change, because we can be the example and the change that the world needs to see today. And I mean, I think that one way that you can start by going about this change is finding that one passion, that one thing that you want to change and have that pure motivation inside of you to want to do things. Like me and Melati, it was the environment, you know, and for you it might be dancing, cooking, but whatever it is, go out there, do it, and go that extra mile to make sure what you commit to happens.
You know, so these girls gave an amazing talk just a few minutes ago, and by the way, they have amazing one-liners that I'm going to steal all of them, but one of my favorites was you said, because how old are you?
14? 16.
Inspiring at such a young age. You're so motivated. You found your purpose. It's really inspiring for a lot of people out there who don't know what to do. But you said one thing that really inspired me. You said you're 25% of the world's population, but you're 100% of the future. Amen to that. And why don't you take one of these stats and just talk a little bit about it?
Okay, I'm gonna go for the big one that stands out and something that we've all heard, went on a viral post. In our lifetime, in less than 35 years, there will be more plastic than fish in the oceans if we don't do something about it now. And we're living through that. Everything is happening right now. So, yeah, that's a scary fact to think about. But also, everything is happening positive in our generation. The innovation is here, the technology is here, solutions are just around the corner. So it's up to our generation and everything that we can do on our everyday lives to make sure that we do not contribute to making the 2050 more plastic than fish in the oceans a reality, but instead work towards that. And how can we bring positive impact and make our oceans clean.
Amen. And you know what? Another thing I love is that you're doing it together. At the Lonely Well Foundation, we encourage collaboration and doing it with a friend, a partner. So, as I said in the feed, tag your partner, because if we do it together, we hold each other accountable, we inspire each other, we can synthesize ideas across one another, and make it more fun. Speaking of fun, I'm going to just move on over here to Nadia.
Why am I fun? I'm not fun at all.
You're not? I thought your hat was pretty fun. I was jealous of her hat in the sun.
Ain't no fun to be had.
You're obviously a local. Right? She knows how to dress for the
for
island,
the beach,
for
in the
beach.
tropics, yes.
So, hi.
Hi, Adrian. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Yeah.
So, you gave a great speech, too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well-spoken and inspiring. Nadia was showing me the amazing school, and I think you girls were part of the Green School, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah?
Pioneer family.
Oh, nice. So, you want to tell me a little bit about the school?
About the Green School. Okay, so the Green School is a school that's here in Indonesia. It's in the jungle by the river, and it's completely made of bamboo. It has sustainability at the heart of the school, and all of the kids learn through doing, you know. So, for example, these girls have started their campaign Bye Bye Plastic Bags, and then they've got kids who are doing social enterprises that also benefit communities and the environment. And kids there really learn through doing. For example, they'll learn science, maths, and environmental studies in one class by learning how to build a dam and actually going into the river and building a dam. And the kids at Green School are kind of unlike kids in other schools that I've seen, at least, in the sense that they want to wake up and they want to go to school. They want to get out there and make a difference in the world that they live in. And they're engaged, and they're passionate, and they're lively, and they're serious change makers.
Amazing. But, you know, not everybody's as lucky as these kids. Not everybody has that infrastructure of learning, compassionate way of life in the world. But you know what? We have the internet, and we can go out and we can inspire and educate ourselves, and we can do it together. So why not go to the website maybe for the Green School?
Sure. Yes.
What is it?
Yes, greenschool.org. You can definitely do that. And while we're here, I just want to talk a little bit about today for a second, right? Cleanseas, and about the consumers and us as women, how actually we have the power of the purse, and we have that voting power right in our pocket. And it's so important to recognize that all of those things that we use to keep ourselves beautiful, not all of them, but a lot of them contain microbeads. And those microbeads, while making us beautiful, is actually making the earth and the seas really, really dirty. And does that matter? Does it really matter if the seas are dirty? Does it really matter if the fish eat plastic and get filled up with plastic and the birds eat all of this plastic? Does it really affect you and I? Well, it does, absolutely, because the seas are so important to the whole the Earth's biosphere. And not only that, the fish eat all of this plastic, which is toxic, and then we eat the fish, or some people eat the fish. And that's a lot of toxins that we end up consuming. So it's bad for the planet, it's bad for our health, and it's only short term. So we always have to think long term, really.
Yeah, the microbeads is a big issue. So how do people, if they want to be more conscious when they make their purchases, how do they identify if there are microbeads in their beauty products?
Well, usually they have some kind of, exfoliating or those kinds of scrub words on the packaging. But I think the best way to go about it is to make your own. That way you sort of can avoid it altogether. And there are really simple things you can do. You can do like a brown sugar, lemon juice, olive oil scrub, or you could do a salt scrub, or you could do an apricot or nut scrub, or you could even go to the beach and do a sand scrub.
This sounds good. I might go for a little bit of that today. So listen, you already covered actually one of my stats here, so the microbeads are done. But I thought it might be a good idea for all of us together.
Okay, we all squeeze in.
Okay, why don't you take us to your pie chart?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, we're going to go to this amazing pie chart that these girls created with beach cleanup plastic. It's horrifying, actually, but really inspiring.
Yeah, it's all the plastic collected from Bali's biggest beach cleanup called One Island, One Voice, Satu Pulau, Satu Suara. And this was really a people's movement that happened spontaneously after we had a wild idea. Let's clean all of Bali's beaches in just one day. Okay. So February 19th, we met 1,000 people in 55 different locations and collected 40 tons of trash. So this here, right here, this pie chart is just 1% of all the trash collected. Can you imagine that? This times 1,000 is what we collected.
Wow.
And yeah,
1%. So this is 1/1000th
yeah.
of the plastic that you collected. And so it's a pie chart that represents the percentage of different types of plastic that are in the ocean.
Yep.
So
and on the beaches.
and
So
on
we
the
have
beaches.
like 30% of the garbage that we found on the beaches and collected was plastic bags.
Okay.
And then next up, I think it's 17%. We have plastic bottles and plastic cups. And then over on the other side, you can see food packaging and straws were like 12%, which is insane because those top 4 are all single-use items that we as a consumer have the power to say no to and use alternatives that are already out there.
Well, it's really time to make a change, and we're making that change together, are we not?
Yes.
Who's with
do
me?
this.
One island, one voice. By the way, one planet, one voice. We're going to do this together. So use hashtag Cleanseas, use hashtag Lonely Whale.
Hashtag One Island, One Voice.
One island, one voice. Tag your friends. It's time to get started. Let's go. All right, guys, thank you. And you know what? At this rate, I'm going to do another Facebook Live before you know it, so I'll see you there.